Hello, everybody. How are you? Well, I hope you enjoyed that picture, that illogical statement, which I'm hoping that most of the people that are watching this video understand why it's illogical. If not, I am going to go through it because this thing keeps on popping up year after year after year, and it seems that nobody has told these people how illogic, how lack of intelligence these arguments are. Let's start from the beginning, okay? Pew pews, which is, you know, do unalive people. That is the only purpose of a pew pew. If you have a pew pew, you have something. You're not gonna go and use it to nail down your shed. You can use it for other things. I guess you can assault somebody with it, beat him over the head with. But that is not the purpose. The purpose of a pew pew is to shoot a projectile that will penetrate the skin and the main organs of another living thing and maim it, hopefully, and in many cases unalive it. This is the most likely outcome of using a pew pew in the way that it was meant to be used. Now, let's go to pencils. Because pencils, what is the purpose of a pencil? Is the purpose of a pencil to spell words? No. The purpose of a pencil is to make marks on a writing surface. That's it. Okay? How you make those markings, if you use the proper grammar or the proper logic, or if you use it to draw buildings and you're a bad person that can't draw a straight line, it's okay, because the purpose of the pencil is to mark, to make a mark on a writing surface. The purpose of a pew pew is to penetrate the surface of another living thing. If you're able to do it at 500 yards, or if you can't hit the side of a barn at 5 yards, okay, that's on the artist. But the purpose of the pew pew is to shoot out a projectile that will go ahead and penetrate and do damage upon another living thing. Now, cars. The purpose of a car is to get you from point A to point B, trying to keep the persons inside and the persons outside alive. That is the purpose of a car. That's it. Now, if you happen to drive under the influence and you cause the unaliving of other people or people inside, that is so much not the purpose of the car that, people are like, oh my God, he unalived somebody with a car. Even the driver often is surprised. Okay? The user of a pew pew is not surprised when he actually unalives other, because that is the purpose of the tool, and that was the purpose of the user using that tool. They do not use that tool to, I don't know, let's go and make buildings with this pew pew. I will make sure that I hammer all the bricks in place. No, it's never done like that. Spoons. The purpose of a spoon is to feed you. Now, if I use it to beat over the head whoever comes up with this type of logic, I'm not using the spoon for its purpose, right? So this is where the critical path comes. And people make this argument because they want to make, and this is for marketing, okay? People want to convince you that having pew-pews around for sale, okay, so that everybody, because this is marketing, they want everybody to have one, okay, is just as safe as buying a new set of spoons. I mean, what's the difference in this argument, right? Well, the difference is, again, the essence of the tool. One tool is made for feeding, another tool is made for transport, and the other tool is made for making markings on a paper, some of which we can use to communicate. The purpose of this particular tool, its only purpose is to penetrate the skin of another living thing to unalive it. That is the essence of this tool. So when people argue this, what are they actually trying to argue? They're trying to argue that, hey, if you have 5 pew-pews in your house, there's no different than having 5 spoons, which is a load of crap. Because if you have 5 pew-pews in your house and a child happens to grab a hold of one and use it, no malice intended, just use it, he is likely to cause harm and damage to someone else. They know, we know, that having a pew-pew, the only purpose is hurting somebody. So much so that we do not want to allow children to play with it. It's not the same as spoon. If your child grabs a spoon and you go, oh my God, Jimmy, grab that spoon. Oh, he's grabbing a pencil again. Oh my God. Now, if he starts driving and yeah, you might, hey, get out of there, right? But again, because of the possibility, the potential that he has of hurting someone with a one-ton machinery, right? So much so with a tool whose only purpose is to hurt living things. So let's stop this stupid logic, illogic, and I don't know what we have to do. I think that we because I've heard this logic before, and I always shut it down whenever it comes in front of me. But we all have to do our part. We have to tell senators and every one of those idiots that are up there in Capitol Hill that the only purpose of a pew-pew is to unalive people. We don't need to have them like they were spoons or like if they were pencils all over the place. No. And we have them, and we don't even have the restrictions that we have for driving a car. And you make sense of that. The more pew-pews you have in a society, the more tools you have for unaliving people. Draw your conclusions. Come on. Do you think that anybody having been angry is not going to all of a sudden reach for a pencil and hurt somebody with it? But hey, if there's a pew-pew, maybe instead of the pencil, they'll grab the pew-pew. Same thing, right? Give me a break.